So I want to just provide some value to my people and give them some game on how they could, not be broke anymore and remove themselves from the mindset of even thinking that they're broke. Welcome to Message from the Motherland. What's going on, world? Welcome back to another episode of Message from the Motherland. I'm your host, Tim Ford Jr. here, and I want to welcome you guys to the message in whichever platform you're watching us on. Welcome. Karibu Sana, that's welcome in Swahili for those who don't know. And today I want to get right to the point and talk about how to move to Africa even if you're broke. I meet so many people that talk about, hey, Africa is a good idea, or I can see the potential, or I think that, I can make that happen. But in this moment, I'm broke right now. So how can I make this happen? And I've been in that situation before. I've thought in those terms and thought in that way before. So I want to just provide some value to my people and give them some game on how they could, not be broke anymore and remove themselves from the mindset of even thinking that they're broke, because there's so much abundance around us, but we just have to learn how to tap into it. So a lot of people are claiming that they are broke, but unfortunately they are putting their time, energy, and efforts into the wrong things. Like, the reason why a lot of our people are broke or in the situation that they're in is because they literally are not focusing on the right things. They're not doing the right things. Some people can tell us more about a particular sport team or entertainer than they can tell us about themselves. There's literally people out here that can tell you more about Beyonce than they know about what's going on with themselves. More about LeBron, more about Kobe, more about Tom Brady than they know about themselves. Like, we have so many people that's focused on these teams and focused on these reality shows and focused on these different celebrities that they don't even know how that what they are capable of doing. They don't know that we are in a new time, that we don't really have to focus on them. In the beginning of the technology stage and era, that's all they put in our face were celebrities and athletes. So we were kind of forced to watch them. But we have choices now these days. We have our own choice to select and choose what we put our time and effort and energy into. So there shouldn't be excuses for people people shouldn't be broke now unless they are not putting their time into the right thing. And, a lot of our people are, unfortunately, as well, still living paycheck to paycheck. And, man, week to week, day to day, unfortunately. And there's so much opportunity available to us right now with this technology era that we're in, with this new wave of content creators being risen up. There's so many different ways that we can use these phones and use content in a way to help us to level up and make some money in this time. That's what the name of the game is anyway. Like, all of us are trying to make money. We are trying to figure out, okay, how can I receive some funds in order to take care of my family? Like, we can't. A part of the reason why we are continuously staying broke as a people is because we are scared to talk about money. A lot of us feel like we don't even deserve the money. We feel like we have a negative stigma that comes with having money. A lot of our parents and grandparents have taught us that if you have money, you are technically considered an evil person. So you've had to do something evil to get that money. That's what we've been taught. So a lot of us have that within us to think like, on one hand, you want to be wealthy and you deserve the wealth, but there's something within you that's been planted there that's telling you that, hey, if I get this money, I'm an evil person. If I make it to this point, I'm an evil person. So you unintentionally sabotage yourself from reaching that level because something has told you or taught you that you don't deserve that. So we have to really strip ourselves of everything that we've been taught, of our understanding of this entire world, because the times that we are living in is going to take a new way of thinking. Of course, we still need to keep God at our foundation. I never, forsake God, and never forsake me following Christ and his principles that were put in my face to help me to reach this journey. We must always keep that at the forefront. But the system that we grew up in, the Western world that we are accustomed to, is falling right before our eyes. There's a new way of doing things that we are capable of tapping into if you just learn the principles and do what you need to do. So we don't have to continue to be broke. I get this message all the time. People say to me all the time, I want to come, bro. How can I do it? I'm broke. I don't even know what to do, how to get money. And I'm like, oh my God, do you see the internet? Do you see this opportunity? Do you see what's going on? So we have to take advantage of the tools that we have and learn the principles so that we can get to where we need to go. Because coming over here is fun. There's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of things to do, but it's not if you broke. Just being honest. And that's with the entire world. You can't do nothing if you broke. So you got to change your mindset to know, like, okay, I deserve this. I'm working for this. I'm building this. So when it comes to you, you feel like you own it. You feel like it's yours, and you feel like you deserve it, because we do deserve it. We've been through a lot as a people. We've been hurt. We've been taken through the mud. We've been lied to. We've been through so much. So it's time for us to start believing in ourselves and start knowing that we deserve it. We are supposed to have this. It's time for us to step into our time and season. So my goal is to help you not be broke. My goal is to help give you the principles so that when you do decide to come, or before you even do decide to come, you're okay, because you know what to do in order to make money. You know the tools and what to do to make the tools work for you so that you can make the money. So, in this video, I want to give y'all some points and some principles that has helped me to figure out how to get out of poverty and how to really level up and take advantage of the times and the opportunity that God has presented me at this time. So the first point that I want to tell you guys is, this is the one I love the most too. That's why I put it first. Your gift will make room for you. I'm going to say that again. Your gift will make room for you. Proverbs 18:16 tells us, a man's gift maketh room for him and bringeth him before great men. You guys are watching me do these videos. You guys have watched me grow to this point. Believe it or not, this is my gift. I don't know if you could tell or not, but this is literally something that I was born to do. Like, I love to do this, and it's easy for me to do. So this is just a medium for me to be able to talk and relay messages. Like, my father prepared me for this years ago. I was practicing talking to people, practicing talking in front of people, practicing being on stage from a very young age. So my gift was fostered within me to help me get to this point. But I didn't always know that this was my gift. I know a lot of people hear the word gift and talent and really don't understand what that means. So I looked up the technical definition to help some of my people out. A talent and a gift is something that you are instinctually born with that gives you unique skills and abilities. Talents and gifts are set apart from knowledge in that it is not a learned behavior. Although it can be strengthened in practice, the Bible tells us that we are all born with distinct talents and gifts that set us apart from each other. When you discover the talents that God has given you and you use them to glorify him, you will experience a full life. Like, there's something that you are capable of doing that nobody else can do. That's your gift that you're supposed to be doing. And even if there's other people that's doing it, like, I know people say that they are gifted at doing videos and creating podcasts and creating content for themselves. You have a lane. Even though that there's people out there doing the work, or it may seem like the market is saturated, or whichever lane you're thinking about going down, there's a whole bunch of people. But in actuality, there's a certain set of people that need your particular voice that's out here waiting for you. So once you decide to figure out what your gift is and use it, then that will open doors for you, and people will come and search for you because you are using and operating within your gift. I want to give you guys a quick backstory. Before we came to Africa, my wife was trying to talk me into doing carpentry work. And for those who don't know, carpentry is basically woodworking, where you like use saws and hammers and things like that. And at the time, I was a bit I wasn't really interested in learning carpentry work. I wanted to do videos. I knew, like, I'm good at this. I'm straight. I don't have to do nothing else. But the Bible also talks about how we have many gifts and we have to use all of those. So when you figure out one gift that you have, some of us have 5, 10, maybe 15 gifts. A lot of us, some of us have many different gifts. Some people have one, some people have two, some people have multiple. So, I was so focused on trying to do my videos, I wasn't thinking about anything else. So my wife presented the opportunity to me for me to be able to do carpentry work. And I was like, I ain't really trying to do no carpentry work, baby. I ain't trying to swing no hammer. I ain't trying to do no hard work. I want to do some videos. I ain't gonna lie. And she really just was like patient with me and really was talking to me and like explaining to me the benefits of it. And as she was talking about it, I think I was in Nashville, and they ended up giving, what was it called? I think it was a scholarship, a grant. If you hadn't graduated college yet, you get a grant to go to trade school or back to college. So I took advantage of that opportunity, and I got a grant to go to trade school to learn carpentry. So I ended up going back to trade school, and when I got to trade school, guys, I picked it up like it was nothing. Like the first few days, it was like I already knew what to do. It was weird. And, I didn't think nothing of it. And I called my grandmother, and I called back home and told her what was going on. I'm like, Grandma, I'm in carpentry class now. And believe it or not, it's easy. I don't know what this is, but it's easy. And she basically told me that, hey, did you know that your grandfather actually had a carpentry business before you were born? Like, this is something that my family was already doing before I was even thought of. So my wife gave me the insight to try and pick it up. And when I did pick it up, it ended up being something that was extremely beneficial for my family. So when I decided to pick up the carpentry work, my wife asked me to create a product for her, which was a Yoni steam box. I'll show a picture of the box as well. So she asked me to create this box. And when I created this box, so basically this box is supposed to help women with, not supposed to, it does. It helps women heal from so many different things. It basically pulled the toxins out of women's body and help them heal from whatever they're dealing with. If they're dealing with infertility issues, it helps them with that. If they're dealing with fibroids, it even helps with that. So it helps them to heal from the inside out. So I made this box for my wife, not thinking nothing of it, and I put it on Facebook. So I put this box on Facebook, and within 24 hours, I had 3 of my former classmates from high school ask me to make them a box. So I'm like, hold on, these boxes really do mean something. So I ended up making them for my classmates. I was living in Nashville, 3 hours away from my hometown, Memphis, Tennessee. And I had to start basically delivering these boxes back to my hometown. So my wife and I decided, you know what, let's put these on Etsy. And so we put them on Etsy, and they ended up becoming the #1 bestseller on Etsy within a month. I ended up selling these boxes all around the world. All because I went to trade school, and really the knowledge just clicked back in on me. I already had it within me. It was already a gift. I was obedient in what God was telling me to do, and I decided to just put in the work and figure something out, and the floodgates opened up. When we ended up becoming the #1 bestseller on Etsy, guys, that actually funded us to be able to come to Africa. So if I hadn't listened and decided to do something new and do something uncomfortable, we wouldn't even be here right now. So I'm not just talking like just trying to spit game and lie to y'all. I know from firsthand experience, if you use your gift, it'll make room for you. Guys, I'm still over here being able to make these boxes now. And it's all because of something that God has put within me that I'm able to do so. Man, listen, your gift will make room for you. If you don't know what your gift is, pray. fast. Ask him to show you. It's something that's already within you that you've already been doing this entire time anyway. Maybe it's something that you blindly not looking at fully, but it's something that you're good at, that you're supposed to be doing, that if you just took the time to learn a little bit, God will open up doors for you where you'll be like, okay, let me go down this road full speed. So yeah, man, pray and ask God to show you what your gift is, because we all have one. We're not supposed to be working for anybody. You can partnership. You can have like people that you grow with, but working for somebody, no, everybody's their own boss. At least that's how I feel. I think you're an independent worker and you're supposed to be gifted at what you do. And if you are gifted at a high level, you're supposed to be paid at a high level. That's how it's supposed to go. So, man, you don't have to be an employee. You have to take a chance on yourself. Learn your gift and step out on faith so that you won't be broke. You got to take a chance. I heard a quote that said, the salary that the job offer you is the bribery for you not chasing your dreams. So whatever money that they give you, they basically saying, hey, you hold this and don't chase your dream. You hold this money and you don't do something to make your life better so you can go to Africa like you want to. So you got to take a chance and use your gift to make room. Let me go to the next point, guys. You got to stop being so easily accessible and friendly with your time. You have to be focused on the task and things that will get you closer to what you're trying to do. You have to be focused on those things that's going to get you closer to what you're trying to do, because if you don't, you will be easily pulled and distracted into the wrong direction. Even me, when I first made the decision to really take social media serious and build a brand and really, take advantage of the opportunity that was online, I literally had to clean up my Instagram feed. I was a sports fan too. Even now, I still like to play basketball. I still like to talk about sports, but it's not what consumes me. No, I spend a little bit of time on. I can hoop. I give buckets in real life, but I know that I have other things that I have to do. So, you have to focus your time on things that's gonna pull you to where you're trying to go. When I first started making the decision to better myself, I had to change my Instagram feed. I had to change my Facebook feed. I had to unfollow some people. I had to remove negative influences out of my face, out of my life. Like, we have the ability with our Instagram and Facebook, Twitter feeds, you can hide things from your face. You can it's the 3 buttons at the top right. You can click those 3 buttons and say you're not interested, and it won't show you that content anymore. You have to start being disciplined in those things where it's like, okay, I know this is pulling me away from what I need to do. Not interested. You have to start training even the algorithm do what you want it to do. The algorithm going based off what you tell it to show you. So whatever you keep clicking on, whatever you keep feeding yourself, the algorithm is going to keep giving you that. So when you say you're not interested in something, the algorithm is going to say, okay, let me not give her this mess or him this mess. Let me give them something valuable. Maybe they'll like that. Since we're here, got to show y'all some of the products real quick.
This I'm not your body ready. Not your body.
Yeah, natural product.
Not your body.
Yeah.
Not your body.
Yeah.
Yeah,
come closer. Come. Busy Beachy. So now, at first, I had a bunch of sports. I had a bunch of entertainment. Now I literally see quotes and inspiration every time I get on Instagram now and YouTube. So now it's like, okay, when I'm looking on social media, I'm not just scrolling, looking for entertainment or looking for fun time. I'm literally looking for inspiration. When I see things on Instagram now, I'm like, okay, that's a good video idea. That's a good title. I can say that in the quote. It's giving me so many different ideas because my perspective has changed on what I'm capable of doing with this platform that we have. So you have to understand that what we are taking in is what we're going to be putting out. What we are taking in is what we're going to be putting out. It has to go somewhere. So you have to be stingy with your time, stingy with your eyes, and stingy with what you focus on. Because whatever you focus on, that's what you're going to put out. So you can't focus on negativity, focus on sports and entertainment all the time and expect to reach a level of wealth, a level of freedom, a level of not being broke. You have to focus on those type of things. You have to follow financial literacy people. You have to follow motivational people. You have to start consuming that type of content. I know it's hard at first. It sounds so cliche and crazy, but you got to start really forcing yourself to start watching it, and then it will become you. You got to start being stingy with your time, and you cannot allow people to pull you away from what you know you're focused on. People will pull you away, even unintentionally. We have family members that want to go kick it, have fun, relax. But we can't be relaxing if we still broke. Like how you relaxing and so-called partying and everybody at the party broke. You can't smoke and drink your pain away, because as soon as you sober up or sober down, you got to feel that and face reality again. So quit going to the parties, quit going to the sets, quit going to the occasions where you just sit down, smoke and drink and talk about life, talk about the past. Bro, that's wasting time. We have other things that we could be doing. You could be working on something. So if you feel like you broke, why are you sitting down, wasting time, wasting money with people that are not even trying to go where you're going? We have an option. We have the choice. We choose what we focus on. So stop being around negative people that's negative. Stop jumping to run and do things with people that you know that's not trying to go where you're going. Like if you tell some people that you're thinking about coming to Africa, they'll talk to you crazy. And you will still go ride with them and be like, but that's getting in you. You've accepted that. Now that's going to become your reality because you still with that person. You're in agreement with what they're talking about. They're not helping you get to that level. They'll unintentionally pull you from where you're trying to go with some of the things that they will say. So you got to be stingy with your time. You got to make sure you focus on Africa. Focus on your gift. Focus on providing and figuring out what you're supposed to be doing so that you don't be broke. Wealth is in abundance. It's all around us, but we got to learn how to use our hands and gifts to be able to tap into it. Whoever you are out there, if you haven't tapped into it yet, man, tap into it and just get a camera. I'm telling everybody, get a camera, bro. All you got to do is get a camera. I started this, wherever you watching it, wherever you listen at, I started all this with an iPhone. With just the iPhone and my son and an idea. And it's growing, and we're at a point now where we're inspiring thousands of people to come back to Africa. God is good. All because I stepped out and used my gift of being able to talk to people. I didn't know how to do videos when I first started. I didn't know what to do. But I took that risk, and it ended up growing into something that I couldn't even imagine. I didn't think we would be in Africa helping people come back. That wasn't even on my radar. But now I'm here. Doors have been opened. Things have been done for God to put me in this direction, in this room to do this work. So, man, take a chance. Figure out your gift. And it's going to show you and reveal what you're supposed to be doing. So, yeah, don't be easily accessible, y'all. We can't do that. If you put other people's needs ahead of your own, that means others can get away with things that they shouldn't. An excessively nice person might never be really known on a deep level or taken seriously. Their preferences might be overridden and they could be neglected. It can even impact your job. Being too accommodating can make you a bit invisible because you never stand for anything. You might be overlooked when it comes to leadership or other opportunities in the workplace. Being easily accessible and too friendly will not get you respect. Just point blank, period. Being easily accessible will not get you the respect and help you to reach the level that you are trying to reach. You're going to have to set some boundaries in place. You're going to have to let people know, like, hey, no, this is what I'm working on. This is what I'm doing. Like, can't you see what I'm building? Don't waste my time. Like, once you set that in stone, people will only come to you when it's time for work and it's time to be serious. So it's gonna take some rough time. It's gonna take some meshing But you can figure it out. You're going to have to set that boundary, though, so that you can get to where you need to go, all right? The next point is you can't be afraid to take risks. 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to take that risk on your own in order to not be broke no more. You can see something, you can have an idea, you can have a vision, but most times you're going to have to start by yourself. Most people don't believe in you in the beginning stages of your vision. If you get one person that's good, that's amazing. You got you a wife or a spouse that's on your team, they get it. Oh, man, all praises to God. You good. But most times, you're going to have to take that risk on your own. When I first decided to change my life and do things for the better, I had to leave my hometown and go 3 hours away and go with nobody. Well, my grandmother was in the town that I was moving to, but when I got to that town, the only person that I knew was my grandmother. And so I had to take that risk of like, okay, look, this is not working. What I'm doing, not working. Who I'm around, not working. This ain't gonna get it. So if I would have stayed in that environment, I know for a fact I would not be in Africa right now. So just by me leaving 3 hours and just being obedient and taking that risk, believe it or not, y'all, and this is gonna sound so crazy. It was harder for me to leave 3 hours away than it was for me to come to Africa. It was more difficult for me to leave Memphis and go to Nashville than it was for me to come from Nashville all the way to Africa. Like it was so hard for me to leave my comfort zone in the beginning, but once I did it that one time, oh man, it's easy. Like it's nothing for me to like, okay, well, this is what I got to do. Now it's time to start over because I can do it. I've done it. I have the faith. I've taken that risk before. I know what I'm capable of doing with just me and God. So, hey, I'm good. Just you can send me to Africa. I'm going to figure it out with all my gifts. So you got to have that type of faith in yourself and in your abilities that wherever God puts you, long as I know my gift or gifts, I will be A-okay. So you have to take that risk and be okay with being alone in the beginning and prove yourself. Even, God will make you prove yourself before he sends somebody to help you. You're going to have to prove yourself for a minute and show that, okay, let me put some work in. Let me get this done so that they can be shown worthy to God and other people, that they can join me and help me out. So take that risk on yourself once you figure out what your gift is. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to go to YouTube University to go watch a bunch of videos, put in a bunch of hours, or pay somebody to teach you what you need to learn. But you got to take that risk on yourself. And then once you decide to come to Africa, that risk would be a cakewalk. Trust me. And yeah, you're stepping into the unknown. No one that you know, no one that you're around can help you with where you're trying to go. Literally, no one. I had to learn that the hard way. I have friends and family that they want my best interests at heart. They want me to be great. They want me to be successful. But how are they going to help me to get there? They've never been where I'm going. And they don't even have the desire to get to where I'm going. So, yeah, we can still talk. Yeah, we can still kick it. Yeah, it's still love. But there's going to be a point in time where I got to focus. Like, I have to be about my Father's business. I have to build this kingdom. I have work to do. We have work to do with these gifts that we have. So we don't have time to be wasting time. I don't have time to be worried about what a celebrity talking about. I have work to do. I have gifts. And if I don't do something with these hands, if I don't do something with these gifts, if you don't do something with your gifts, your family will be highly disappointed. Your children will be highly disappointed. Your legacy will be highly disappointed if you don't take a chance, take that risk, and do something for yourself. Do something to build. Do something to work. Do something to step outside your comfort zone. You got to get away from the people that's going to pull you down. They're not pulling you down intentionally. It's all love and respect. Grandmamas, aunties, uncles, and mamas and daddies. I love y'all. Best friends, co-workers. I love y'all. We love being around y'all. But at some point, we got to realize, like, okay, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. With where I'm trying to go, what I'm trying to do, you don't know what you're talking about. So you can't help me. Let me go get some help. So you got to be okay with that. Like, you got to let these people go. It's okay. You're going to be all right. God going to send the people to you that's going to help you. You're going to get opportunities that's going to blow your mind. But you got to take that first step and go be alone with just you and God and say, like, okay, I'm trusting you. I can't listen to them. They don't know where to send me. They don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's only you and I, God. So show me what I'm supposed to do. If you take that chance on yourself after you figured out your gift, after you've done that work, then it will be revealed to you. And I have no doubt, man, that he'll make a way. But you pray for him to show you what to do, what you get when you get it. Because this is a whole nother level of things that come with it once you get it. So, but you got to make sure that you, man, focus and learn these principles so that you won't be broke. You can't come to Africa broke, straight up. You got to figure this out. So get these principles taken care of before you come so that you can stay, so that you won't have to leave, so that you can really build something, so that you can make your family proud, so that you can make your people proud, so that you can help your people come back. Many of y'all watching this want to do the same thing. We all called to do this in different sectors. I don't believe in competition. There's really no competition. I'm in my own lane. God got me doing my own thing. So step into your lane and do what you're supposed to do if you feel like you're supposed to help people. If you want to get help, ask me how I can help you. I don't mind giving the game. I don't mind sharing with my people how they can do this same thing and tell their stories in the same way. But you have to take that risk. You have to go and do it uncomfortably. Do it unknown. Do it when nobody knows you. Do it when nobody understands. And don't expect your friends, family, and peers to agree with you or what you're doing. Like I said, if they do, all praises, God is good. But if they don't, it's all right. That means you on the right track. I got a quote for y'all. We gain strength, courage, and confidence every time we take a chance and take a risk and do something in spite of fear. We must do the thing which you think you cannot do. Excuse me. Let me say that again. We must do the thing you think you cannot do. Many of us have limiting beliefs and think that we can't do things. And when that moment of fear gets in our face, we stop and we decide not to move forward on what God is telling us to do. But it's in those moments of fear that when you overcome that, when you go through that, that's when you gain that strength that you're looking for. Like I was just telling y'all, when I first left Memphis, I was very terrified. I was scared. It was a whole nother level of fear that was running through me. But one thing that really helped me, my dad said to me, he was like, he said, man, you ain't gonna go nowhere. You're gonna be just like me. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gone. And I know my dad said that in order to kick me out, and not to kick me out, but in order to like push me on to do what I needed to do. But it was in that moment that I left Memphis that I gained real strength, man. I didn't think I was capable of doing something like that, and I done left home, and God done helped me to do so many different amazing things. It's crazy in a short amount of time. So I'm not just talking from, some guy on the internet that's trying to run game and lie to people. This comes from experience. This comes from taking chances. This comes from really having, childlike faith and really like trusting the Most High, using my gifts and my gifts only, not worrying about a system, not worrying about what they saying, not even getting fearful about, restrictions that they say they're going to put in place. I just focused on my gift, and God helped me to not be broke. And I'm grateful for that. So if you're thinking about coming over here and you are accepting poverty, accepting being broke, one more time, you have to change your mindset. You are not broke. There's abundance all around us. You just have to fix your perspective and tap into your gift and use your gift to make room for you. And secondly, stop being so easily accessible with your time. Stop being so easily accessible with your time. Use your time wisely. Focus on those things that's going to help you to build the wealth, help you to earn the income that you need to earn so that you can come here. Don't accept being broke. Stop wasting your time and accept wealth. Say that I'm working on things so I can be wealthy. I'm working on things so that I can have money. Change your mindset. And the third one, last but not least, you can't be afraid to take the risk. Take the risk and go into your uncomfortable place. Get out of your comfort zone and take a chance on yourself. Because it's within our uncomfort zone. I guess you could say that. When we're not comfortable is when we learn things, when we learn about ourselves, when we learn what we're really good at, when we learn our gifts. So step into that. Take that risk and you will be rewarded on the other side of that. Trust me. I've seen it happen. I've lived it. I'm living it. Take that chance, all right? So, if you're interested in making the transition to Africa, if you're thinking about visiting or moving here officially, I've created a free document that will give you the basics so that you can have a smooth transition, so that you can be ready when you begin to take your journey to the motherland. It's 14 different points that I've learned, that I've taken the time to really think about and sit down and really say, like, okay, what can I tell people that's really simple that can help them get started on their transition and their journey? So I've created this free document, and if you're interested in getting this document, the link for it will be in our description box so that you can grab that and check it out, all right? So I welcome all of you guys to go and check it out. It's going to help you guys out a lot, all right? And now, if you're interested in coming over here with you and your family, we offer one-on-one consultations for those who are interested. So if you want to have a consultation and figure out how to get over here for you and your family with your specific needs, I will get on the phone with you for 1 hour to help you and your family have a smooth transition. I will answer all the questions that you have to make sure that when you decide to come over here, you are good and okay. And I'll help you make connections and get connected to people over here on the continent. So whichever sector you decide to go into, I'll be able to help you with that as well, all right? So if you're interested in coming over here and getting help, click the link in the description box and we will have the link for that as well, all right? And next, we also have a newsletter that we've started presenting, and we're going to be putting that out every week. So if you're interested in joining our T3andMe newsletter, I'll put the link for that in the description box as well. And last but not least, we've created an ebook with a comprehensive relocation guide that will help our people have a smooth transition when they decide to leave from America, Babylon, and come to Tanzania. So if you're interested in purchasing our ebook to help you have a smooth transition, I'll put that link in the description box as well, all right? Now, if you made it to the end of the video, you won't be broke no more, because you've learned the principles and the seeds have been planted into you so that you can make some money, so that you can elevate and come over here and be of value to the continent, so that you won't have to go back, so that you can be able to come over here. It's coming for you, but you're going to have to take some sacrifices, take some risk so that God can reveal things to you so that you can be all right and he can teach you what you need to do. So, man, be encouraged and know that there's people out here that's trying to give people the game. God is using people in high places to reach back and give his people the game. So don't be discouraged, people. We got to keep walking on our journeys, and God will continue to send angels in the midst of us to help us elevate. So if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your attention. And stay safe out there wherever you are in the world. And don't let these people break you down, all right? Keep your shalom peace, and y'all be safe out there. All right.